After you built out your new lead notifier, you come to the new meeting responder. So a bit of a walkthrough on this. I've already done a previous recording of this, but because it was so long, it was not processed and the whole app crashed and I had to redo the recording again, but I'm on fast mode. So that when you have to go through this video, you don't have to at least go through all 49 minutes of me talking. And with that, we get to save time and structure our entire video to different parts of the phases of this process in building out your new meeting responder. So as much as you have done on new lead notifier, you would have to upload this file onto N8N on here. And then you get to see this JSON file that allows you to upload this specific AI workflow. So as you have done with new lead notifier, you would download this JSON file via the Google Drive. And then after that, all you need to do is set up your entire workflow. So because I've already done that on my end, this is what it looks like. So we've already tested this out in the other recording that I have done, and that the whole app deleted because it crashed. So that's kind of funny. Anyways, onto the first node, which is the trigger node. This is the first thing that you'll be setting up. So this entire workflow has already been connected to each other. We'll set this to inactive. On your own N8N new meeting responder, this would be inactive. I've already activated mine a while ago. Once you have set it to inactive, you would be going to Google Calendar trigger, then ensure that you would create or connect your Google account through this Google Calendar account. So basically, pencil icon getting clicked on here. You would sign into the Google account that you've appointed for this entire workshop. And then what I had appointed is this one. You would go through the process of accessing your Google account with N8N.cloud. You would toggle select all, basically for all permissions, but because N8N already has access partly access this Google account, that I would just hit continue, and then after which it would say connection successful. Once done, you would go back onto your N8N. From list calendar, you would pick your own email address you've set, trigger on this event created, and then usually you would not see the options on here and you would only see odd options, so please click on that and write out discovery call, because we will be building out your very own discovery call booking scheduler page that you might experience or you might see on Calendly. So actually, Google Calendar has an option for you to send out links to someone that they can book a meeting with you now, much like how Calendly allows you to do. So poll times mode should be set to every minute, so you come to see results faster. And this is like the fastest time the Google Calendar trigger would detect any new events created. So every minute it detects new events. Okay, once that's done, please hit save on any changes being made. So there's that. You have your Google Calendar trigger. Now for you to set your calendar booking appointment, please see the other video that you will be given about creating your discovery call page. So this was the booking confirmed notification that I received a while ago through this discovery call, that you would like to test things out with your N8N workflow to see if it works. And then if it does work, you could now give this discovery call link out to your prospects. So you will be building this out on your Google Calendar plus create appointment schedule. So please check out that video, because we are going to be parsing or structuring this video out, this whole walkthrough out to different parts, so that when this gets rendered on my editor, it doesn't crash. Okay. Next step is to set up your basic LLM chain. There's going to be 3 parts to this, mainly prompt user message already done for you. Now I'll explain what it does. system message wherein you would be copy and pasting this entire thing from user input down to calendar event on here. So this has already been done. Okay. But if you don't have it on here, then just paste the entire system message. And then ensure that when you go to model that you have your Grok account on with the API key that you've used from new lead notifier. Yes, you can use the same API key that you have used in your previous end to this end workflow. So please copy and paste your API key, or if you see that you have already, copy and pasted this and you just want to refresh this node, all you need to do to keep the warning signs away, which was like the red triangle warning that you come to see usually on your N8N setup, is to double click on any node, perhaps, for example, Grok Chat model. You see if that model has already loaded the specific type, which is Llama 3 8192. You could also choose Llama large language model 70B 8192, but for now we can use this. Once it's done, when you come out, it's okay. Ensure that your structured output parser that separates the following details on here: first name, last name, email, message, date and time, to basically six different data points, and not chunked into one output, which you will see on here in your structured output parser node. So if you come to see that this one output on here, you would see that all information usually be in one output, and you can't seem to organize it in your next node, which would be your Google Sheets file. This is why you need your structured output parser. Okay, so let's test this out with the first bookings that you would detect, which right now would be a booked discovery call by Ange M. As you can see, all of the data points from name, last name, email address down to message are all in one output name description. So we need to separate all these out so you don't confuse your Google Sheets file when you try to organize all data onto your basic CRM on here. So that will be explained later. So call details, ensure to drag and drop description on here, which I've already done for you, and date and time, which you get from here and drag on there. But you already have this, so you don't have to repeat the step. Then you execute to find the output with the following data points from first name, separating the last name down to time. Okay. The next, you would have to set up your Google Sheets. So far, for now, you have already set up your Google Calendar trigger with your Google Calendar scheduling page that you have done so from a different video. Then your basic LLM chain, wherein data from the person that booked a calendar event with you is on here, separate from the system message of instructions of what this basic LLM chain agent needs to do. Then you get to add a new data on your basic CRM under new meeting about it. Okay. So again, using the Google account that you have created or you have copied the basic CRM Google Sheets, you would be signing in with that. As for me, I have already signed in. That's that. Close. So after which you would ensure resource is on sheet within document. Operation is to add or update a row on your basic CRM under document. Sheet would be, instead of new leads, you would have selected new meeting for this because this is a new meeting. This is a basic CRM sheet for new meetings. Once done, ensure that you have mapped each column manually select it, and then column to match on to verify that new incoming data is going through would be email. Then if you don't have any data points in here, that you put in first name, last name, the message, date, and time. Okay. Then you get to execute step to see a new data being added on here. So there's that. Hi, I want a bit of a walkthrough on how N8N can be used for businesses. So you come to see here. So again, just try to execute the step. So there. Alright, so that's that. Once the data is already passed to Google Sheets, you would let the new meeting responder create an email for you. So this is where you would have to put in all user details, mainly first name, drag onto this user message field, down to time, ensure the required specific output format is still on, much like what you have done for basic LLM chain, so that it organizes its response to different data points. Because what you need to now create are these components of a whole, like emails, namely email, subject line of email, and then content of the email. All are in strings. Basically, that's JavaScript for text or words. And then, while you have already done and accomplished passing through the data onto user message on here, you'll have to go onto options and then paste in your whole system message. I've already done that. So what it looks like is you'd usually just add an option, select system message. Usually it just gives you a default your helpful assistant, which is the whole system prompt is not helpful. So what you need to be doing is, if you can see this part on here, you would be copy and pasting the entire system prompt in Markdown format onto new meeting responder. So just like that. Then try to execute the step. What I've done different is, because of the earlier walkthrough video demo, you should be wrapping your email up by the instructions, putting best regards, break line tags to separate best regards from, let's say, your company name or your name. Whenever you wrap up your email with best regards, your name, best regards, your company name. So there's that. You can see end with. So we are expecting to end the email with best regards, then space or separate line IDX. There. You could put this at the end of your email if you want. End of your system prompt. So when you execute step, you still execute the same thing, right? So best regards, break line tags, IDX. Because if you don't put in your break line tags, you will see a whole email of sentences chunked into one paragraph, which is not good to see. So you get to send out the whole email using this email node. So with Gmail email node, you will come to see that you will have in parameters for this Gmail node quite different from what you see on screen. But for us to get aligned with what to put on here, you would sign into the Google account you've appointed for this entire workshop or entire video walkthrough. Resource should be message. Operation should be to be able to send a message. Under 2 should be the email address of the person that booked a calendar event with you so that they get a response. Subject line should be on subject. Content or email body should be under message. Email type should be HTML so that the whole system on the N8N understands that these break lines are not in text but are HTML codes to separate lines from hi Ange down to thank you for reaching out to us. to where you're going to wrap up your email with best regards. Under options, you should be able to, you come to see this basically, it looks empty. So the options, if it's not configured, would look like this. You would add an option, you would say append N8N attribution, but instead of including the N8N attribution or N8N marketing sentence, then you would toggle off and then set sender name to IPX, just for best practice. Then you try to execute the step. So if you come to see, hold on, my email address, I have to log into the email address I'll be receiving an email from, our latest N8N workflow. So I would log in on here. So if you come to see, our last message was about confirmation of video demo request. So this was not the message that we detected from the Google Calendar for this current workflow. It was about the question how N8N can automate workflows and processes for businesses, which would be a discovery call you'll have on July 7, 2025 at this time. Okay. So to execute the step, you should be able to receive a new incoming Gmail saying acknowledgement of your inquiry about N8N for businesses, which was the subject line identified here, emailed to this email address with a content that says, "Hi Ange, thank you for reaching out to us. We appreciate your interest in learning more about N8N and how it can be used for businesses," down to the talking points of this discovery call. Looking forward to this date and time. You could actually tweak the system prompt that I provided on here to let the AI agent speak about the time in a natural language way, because this is not how we write 9 a.m. Using this standard time or time zone. Instead, it actually included the actual written out time format that was used on Google Calendar. So you could actually tell the AI agent to write out the time normally like a human would. The best regards, your name. So that's it. Don't forget to save your work and name it New Meeting Responder. That's that. So there you go.